Hello everybody and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. And welcome back to the Duplicant Abode. I am very excited to be back here. I know I say I'm excited in every episode, but that's because I am. And the main plan for this episode is to actually get the bathroom set up and working, because the outhouses and wash basins are... they're not going to be able to keep up with the expanding population of our colony. One of the other things I will probably look into doing today as well is actually getting a ranch set up so that we can get all of these hatches into a ranch area. I need for this to finish sublimating for that to happen. We'll probably try and deal with some of this water and then possibly look at getting over here to this natural gas geyser and doing power. I know that's a lot for this episode, and we're probably only actually going to finish the bathrooms, but we'll start a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and unpause here and get going. All right, so first things first, we're going to want to expand the room that we have the bathrooms in. I'm also going to check real quick. Yes, the showers will in fact fit into this room. We're also going to have to deconstruct all these guys. So I actually have to be really careful with this, because I could just go ahead and deconstruct these guys, but the odds of me actually getting this finished before it's nighttime again are slim to none. So what I'm probably going to have to do is get the bathrooms all set up, or at least one of the toilet areas set up and functioning with a sink as well before I can actually break any of this stuff down, because I really don't want to deal with a germy mess. So we're going to go ahead and get that queued up. Ultimately, I want the showers to be down here, but for right now, we're not going to be able to do that. We can, however, deconstruct at least one of these. As another quick little trick that I'm going to show you guys for this area. Well, first of all, hold on. I need to explain why this is 3 wide. This is 3 wide because gas in this game does not move very well through single tile spaces. It does if you're just kind of like trying to diffuse in between it and you have lots of places. However, if we wanted to get, oxygen up to a room up here, then we're going to need a 3 wide corridor. Otherwise, it's going to take too long and that room will run out of oxygen. Airflow tiles do not block that, so you can put them here in the middle. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we need some deodorizers to deal with all the polluted oxygen that we have. So we're going to place those down there on the airflow tiles so that they can actually go through and clean up the oxygen. We're going to put one over here, 2, and there, and there. So all of this because I don't like the green oxygen. And I'm sure my duplicants do not like breathing in green oxygen either. All right, now I'm gonna have to start a little side project here because we actually need to refine the basin that our water is stored in, because just pulling it out of here is not going to work for much longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna make it, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. Actually, no, here's what we're gonna do. We'll go down 4 and we'll set it up like this. We're going to have to pump the water up out of here, so that'll be interesting. I say interesting a lot, don't I? Okay, so I've done a little bit of planning down here because I was about to start working on the bathrooms, then I realized I need to do some refining on our liquid storage and plumbing and all that kind of stuff before, we can actually set up a bathroom. So this house seems a little bit complex and definitely overkill for what I'm trying to do. But here's what I've got planned out here. All of these tiles are going to be the outside of the basin. I have a pump set up right here for right now, just because there's going to be water below where I want the basin to actually be. So that's why we have that there. And then I'm setting up a pump over here to move some of this water on over into here, and get that, start emptying out this pool so I can actually use that space. We're gonna have to do the same thing down here, but one pool at a time. In order to do all that, we're going to need to power all of this up. This is an electric airlock. This is just a regular manual airlock. This one's going to take longer to open than this one is, but this one is actually going to be more permanent. And you may be asking, why do I even have all this stuff here in the first place? Because we need a way for our dupes to get down here, and I don't want them to have to hold their breath that whole way. Which they're going to have to anyway, because this is going to be a vacuum when it's done. So that's not going to work. Either way, I don't want the waters to combine, and they are going to need a way to get down here and build that. New printable. Let's choose a blueprint. So after looking all these guys over, I think we're going to get Nisbet here. Because we do need an artist for decor kind of stuff and making the place look pretty. And machinery will also be useful in coming up, especially because we're building all these pumps and doors and that kind of stuff. So she'll be really good at helping handle all of that stuff. Oh, so those doors only work when they're closed. So I used to have a mod. I'm gonna say this a lot, but I used to have a mod that made it so these were actual airlocks, like stuff couldn't go through. Because the only way to do what I was thinking these were going to do is to do a double lock with a pump in between, which I could do, but it's just gonna take forever. I might have to go and find that mod again. Okay, once we get all of the pumps set up, we should be okay to continue with the original plan. I just uprooted our oxyfern plant because I'm moving it down here, where it will actually be able to constantly be producing oxygen instead of sporadically like it has been. All right, so I was actually just looking into getting this, the bathroom set up, and I realized I forgot to research the water sieve, which is kind of important. And I don't know how I keep on doing this. I bring you guys back to talk about this, and we get a new duplicant blueprint. So there's sand, which we have 64 tons of, so I don't think we need that. Construction with diver's lungs. That's really good. We're gonna pick up Mima. Mima, welcome to the colony, and welcome to the Duplicant Abode. We're gonna set the priorities for that. Actually, I haven't been in here for a while. Top priority. Actually, we're gonna set this even higher priority, because that's Stinky's main job. So you need to do that. Lindsay needs to be our main cook. Lisbeth needs to be our main decorator and our operator. And Mima, you should be high priority on building. Generally, there should be more of a system to it, but pretty much what I do is if the tile is pink, which shows that they are better at it, and the darker the pink, the better they are at it, I just set that as a higher priority thing for them. So that means that we almost always have people doing what they're good at, instead of just running around doing whatever. All right, now we have this magic machine. Right, which means I didn't actually need any of the tanks at all. I just needed to prime the system. My brain can be so smooth sometimes. I think the way that this thing works is that it always outputs the clean water at a consistent temperature. Yeah, we're gonna do an excessive amount of piping here because we're gonna pretty much fill up this whole bathroom area. How much space do I have in here? Each one of these is 2 wide, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12... Or actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means I can do 3 showers, 3 toilets, and 3 sinks, which should be more than enough for our colony for a pretty long while. I mean, we'll still have to update it at some point. So I know starting with the showers is probably not the best idea, but we'll get it working. So this is the intake. And that's the output, which means this was fine originally. Brain smooth. So this is going to run all the way along the bottom, down to the very end, and then pop up to all of these for their intake. And then all of these are going to output all the way up to here. There we go. And that's the basic loop. So all of these buildings will take in the clean water from the purifier, put the other water out. Now, I'm going to need a storage tank for clean water, which means I need to shift this. I have queued this and canceled it 4 times now. We're gonna see how high we can make that number, apparently. No, I still want this to come down over to the end here. Oh, that's because I'm putting in a tank, which I should be researching right now. I'm gonna have to cancel this again. Cool. I'm good at this game, I promise. So we actually have to wait a little bit for some research to come through, but once it does, we should be all good. So the other thing that I'm going to need to do here pretty soon is build a bed for Mima so that she stops sleeping on the floor, like I said I was going to do earlier, but also set up schedules so that they're all not trying to do the same things at the same time. Insufficient oxygen generation. That's not good. I mean, at least this guy's going 24/7 right now. Temperature is actually going to end up... It's going to start getting pretty hot down here. We're going to have to deal with that. Probably by doing heat deletion from the bathroom would be my best... Probably be my best bet. Hey, there we have another blueprint. All right, we're going to pause real quick while we look at this. Choose a blueprint. A pipsqueak! Oh, a little purring pipsqueak. Oh. So these guys are really good for planting trees where you normally can't get them. But we really don't have a whole lot of use for them in our current area. Let's see, lots of agriculture. Honestly, don't like any of these guys. We're gonna reject all. Okay, so that should send all of this, all the polluted water into this guy. All right, so this is all working now. Oh, why did you all do it? I guess it's gonna be okay, because it all drained down in there. I don't understand you guys sometimes. we have a guy that can empty pipes, no problem. Right here, we can deconstruct this guy now and replace it with an actual sink. Because we can deconstruct this guy too. We still need these guys here because we don't quite have another sink up and running. All right, and with that, the bathroom is completed. And we did a few other things, I guess. No, we really didn't do a whole lot else. We moved the oxyfern down here, so it's actually processing this carbon dioxide instead of just letting it build up. We've got some more research done, but the main thing that we got done was the bathrooms. And with that all set, we can start moving on to bigger and better things. I don't think this is actually operating as a heat deletion system right now. I think it could, unless they fix that bug. With that, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.